And YouTube, the 4-2-2 is here. I always say it, and I genuinely do mean this. I think the 4-2-2 for me is my favourite 4-back formation on FIFA 23. The reason being, I like having the 2 CDMs. It means we can be a little more aggressive in the defending. And on the flip side, we get 2 strikers in with a 4-back. I love it. Without any further ado, let's get straight into it. We are on the road to glory. Balanced on the defensive style. Yes, you guessed it. I don't use anything else other than balanced. I don't like press after possession loss or pressure on every touch. I just don't like it, YouTube. One thing I would say is, though, is don't disregard them completely, especially pressure on every touch. Press after possession loss, I would definitely not recommend from minute 1. It would just strain your stamina so much. But pressure on every touch definitely is a viable option in my opinion. But me, I like balance. Your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins. Please do check out mmoexp.com. Link is down in the description below. Use the code WOLF at a checkout for 5% off your order. For the defensive width, YouTube, you are going to want to use 40. You see 40? I really like that. We don't need to go as narrow as we would with like a 3-back or a 5-back, whether it be a 5-4-1, a 5-1-2-2, a 3-4-2-1. But, and there is a but, you will want to be a little more narrow than you are normally, just because with the team of the season here, the strikers are good. You know, whether it's team of the season Harry Kane and Lewandowski, who I use on my road to glory, team of the season Alexis Sanchez, Rodrigo, these type of players, they are good. So you need to be more narrow and more compact to help it easier with the defending side of the game, if that makes sense. Having it on the 40 width as well will mean your left back is closer together to your left centre back, your right back's closer to your right centre back. So all in all, it's really like in a really good spot with that. So that's why I use 40 on the defensive width. I just like it. It's good. If you are someone that maybe that is a little bit too narrow for you though, give 45 a go. You know, like, you won't notice too much between 50 and 45, but it will make it a little more narrow. But I go all the way to 40. I have done for a couple of weeks now on the 4-2-2 actually. I like that, and it works. Defensive depth, YouTube, is actually all the way up to 60. Now, there is reason and method to this madness, okay? So, with the 4-2-2, like with the 4-2-3-1, we have 2 CDMs. So, rather than them being central midfielders like they are in a 4-3-2-1 or a 4-3-1-2 or a 4-4-2, formations like that, the fact that their actual positions are CDMs means that they're a little bit closer to the back 4 anyway. So, because of that, we can overcompensate a little bit with the defensive line and go right the way up to 60. So, even though it's not as YOLO as I would normally play, whether it be on 70 or stuff like that, 60 is good. Like, it really is close. It's not too YOLO, but also you're not camped in on your own half. And as well, if you struggle defensively, there is actually a little bit of method to this madness. Sometimes it's actually better, if you struggle defensively, to actually just keep your players in to have a high defensive line so then you don't actually defend as much, if that kind of makes sense. Do you know where I'm coming from with that? So maybe give that a go. But if you do think 60 defensive depth is just way too much for you, definitely give 55 a go. I have been using balanced 40 and 55 on a lot of different formations. 40-55 is good. I just feel like with the 4-2-2, having 2 CDMs, we can afford to have our defensive depth up a little bit more. So that's why I use that. Balanced and direct passing, my absolute bread and butter. I will not use anything different on FIFA 23 at all. That is what I love. But, and there is a but, I was actually trying out long ball and balanced. I have done for a couple of weeks. That is definitely good. Like 100%. Especially, by the way, any of you people that will comment, if you are an old gen, give long ball and balanced to go on old gen. I found it to actually work maybe just as good as balanced and direct pass on an old gen. So if you are an old gen, long ball and balanced. If you are on new gen, like myself, or whatever gen you call it, current, I don't know, balanced and direct passing, definitely the way to go. The offensive width, I lower it down from 50 to 45. I think it's been 45 on my offensive width for quite a while now, actually. I really like where the Lamb and the Ram are when I tuck them in a little bit closer to my 2 strikers. Actually closes off that gap in the middle of the pitch, because my biggest pet hate with the 4-2-2 has always been that gap in the middle of the pitch. I want that gap closed off as much as it can be. So because of that, 45 on the offensive width. Players in the box, you guessed it, we're back on that 7 hype train, baby. More players in the box, more likely you are to score a goal. It really is that simple. That's the way I look at it. More players in the box, more likely you are to score a goal. Simple and effective. Of course, YouTube, 2 corners and 2 free kicks. So they're the custom tactics. This is how my team is set up in the 4-2-2 on the road to glory. Lewandowski up front with Harry Kane. St. Max as the Ram. Saka as the Lamb. Odegaard and Luka Modric, of course, as the 2 CDMs. And then back 4, pretty obvious. Then keeper. So, 2 strikers. Okay, now this is where you need to use maybe a little bit of your own brain. Stay central, get in behind, and come back on defence on both strikers. Now, the big problem with the 4-2-2 YouTube, if there is one, but the main issue with it is this gap here between the two CDMs and the two strikers. So the whole point is to try and shut that gap off. So with the strikers being on comeback on defence, even though you might think it's a defensive move, which it is kind of, because it will make you a little more solid defensively, because it's actually shutting that gap off, it's actually an offensive move. It's easier to play passes and stuff like that. So because of that, put it on. Trust me. Getting behind, of course, I just use that on every single formation on my strikers. It just gives you the option of playing the ball in behind. You don't actually have to play the ball to the striker when they're making the run in behind. Just gives you that option. I find it an absolute no-brainer. And then stay central, pretty obvious. I've used that all year on any formation with my striker, because when I've noticed it on this year, when my striker's floating off in different directions, I don't like it. I just do not like it at all. I want them to stay within the width of the goalpost. The Lamb and the Ram YouTube, the first thing you're going to want to do is come back on defence. That's the first thing you're going to want to do on the Lamb and the Ram. The next thing you're going to want to do is put both of them on getting to the box across. Now, the whole point of this is more players in the box, more likely you are to score a goal. Remember what I said with the players in the box earlier on the custom tactics? It really is just that simple. Like, it is so simple when you think about it. More players in the box, more likely you are to score a goal. Simple, effective, and it works. So because of that, come back on defence and get into the box for cross. Both CDMs, YouTube, the first thing you're going to want to do is cover centre. So straight away, cover centre. And funnily enough, that's all I do. I only put my CDMs on cover centre. So, because of that, like with the 4-2-3-1 that I uploaded the other day, both my CDMs will push forward ever so slightly and help out with the attacking side of the game. And they will do that, and it is such an underrated quality. Like, a lot of people don't use their CDMs or central midfielders to score goals. It blows my mind. You will score a lot of goals with your CDMs if you have them both just on balanced attack. They will. Because they won't push right up to the striker. Like, they won't go right up next to Harry Kane and Lewandowski and that. They will just push forward when they want to. You know, if they see an opportunity, that's when they'll do it. But, and there is a but, if you are someone that struggles defensively, definitely put one of the CDMs on stay back while attacking. So for me, of course, the more defensive-minded CDM that I have would be my Luka Modric. He is better defensively than Odegaard, who sucks defensively, really. So I would put him, Luka Modric, on stay back while attacking. But I don't. I leave both of them unbalanced, and it works absolute wonders for me. Last but not least, YouTube, both my fullbacks are on stay back while attacking. So my left back and my right back are on stay back while attacking. I don't use them to attack whatsoever. I don't want to. I find that in a 4-2-2, when I was using my full, because you know me, I normally actually have at least one fullback on balance. It messed up the whole team. I didn't like it. But if you want to give it a go, let me know in the comment section down below if you did enjoy it. Let me know. And last but not least, YouTube, comes for crosses and sweeper keeper on the goalkeeper. And that right there is my updated 4-2-2 custom tactics video for you to use during the Ultimate Tots. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like, drop a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button to my channel. Let's smash 200 likes out of the park. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.